Welcome back to Bullet Catcher Gaming. It's Lee here, Bacon Soldier 76, and this is, of course, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Okay, now this is a weapons testing review of the 416 Shorty versus 516 Shorty. And obviously, those two weapons are CQC weapons, so they're going to have less range and less recoil, apparently. So we'll see how they get on against the target ahead. We are at the usual location, and we're going to do 25 metres, sighting round, full auto, and then 10 rounds well aimed with and without suppressor, and then we'll go off and we'll do the same at 100 metres. So what we'll do then first, we'll go into the loadout screen and we'll have a look at these two bits of kit and see how they get on. Right, so here, this is the 416 Shorty. Quite unusual looking, sort of from the trigger guard back with the stock. Quite unusual. As you can see, it is a Mark III maximum level reached, so it's completely fully upgraded. Okay, so in you see bottom left hand corner, you'll see that it's got 27% power rate, 700 rounds a minute out of a 50 round magazine. It's firing the standard 5.56 NATO high velocity round with a magazine change time of 3.10 seconds. And we are going with single shot and full auto. So if you go over to on the right hand side here, we've got the extended mag at the moment. You can have a choice of small or standard. We have the ASR suppressor fitted, but there are different types of muzzle you can have. The ASR compensator, ASR flash hider, the ASR standard, and then there are some that you can unlock, which obviously I haven't yet. Laser sight, we've got the PEQ 15. You can have the ATPIL ×3, the Maul DA, just a basic rail cover if you don't want anything like that, or a rangefinder. So we're going to go with the PEQ 15. Sights then. So we've got the Comp M4, which is we've got currently fitted. Let's have a look at the 516. Okay, so this is the 516 Shorty. It looks generally like some, the 516, sorry, the 416 and the M4 range of ASRs. This is slightly less powerful at 22% power rate, whereas the 416 is 27. But it does fire 800 rounds a minute, so that's 100 more, so it's slightly quicker firing than the 416 Shorty. It's got a 50 round high capacity magazine, 5.56 ammunition, same as the 416, but slightly quicker in magazine change times at 2.95 seconds. This again maxed out at Mark III, so completely upgraded. So you can have extended mag, small or standard. You can have ASR compensator, flash hider and standard muscle. We're going with the suppressor, and obviously there are other bits you can fit pretty much like the 416. We've got the PEQ 15 attached, but you can have the ATPL ×3, just a basic rail cover and a rangefinder. Sight wise, we're going with the Comp M4. To go back into those, you can have the digital sight, EXPS3, the old traditional iron sights, panoramic sight, or you can update and unlock the Leopold hollow sight or the MH1. Various different stocks. We're going to go with the CTR SLK, but obviously there's loads of different variants. I think all of them are what, 7%. Yeah, they're all pretty much the same. Oh, apart from that one, that's slightly less. Okay, so trigger, we're going to go with auto and single, because then it gives us better control when firing single rounds. And then we're going to have the RU vertical grip, which is the same as the 416. Okay, so then let's go back to the range. Right, okay, here we are then, back on the range. We're going to do over the shoulder view. We've got single shot, and we have the suppressor off. So we've got 30 rounds in the magazine. One sighting round. We'll switch to full auto. Wow. So we get a full mag really, on target pretty much. So recoil is not too bad. Right, okay, so then let's do suppressor. One round, and then full auto. Right, let's go to the 516. Okay, suppressor off. Single shot. Sighting round. My mistake, sorry. Wow. Okey-dokes, right, so with the suppressor fitted. Always seems to do that little kick off to the left hand side with the ASRs. But there we are, that's many bullet holes. Many bullet holes. But again, the recoil isn't that bad, so obviously the recoil isn't bringing the weapon up too high and spitting rounds out all over the place. Obviously, being a CQC weapon, you want your rounds hitting the target, you know, fairly close together. With and without suppressor, it really doesn't make any difference. Especially with your first sort of 10-15 rounds, you've got very tight groupings there, so lots of rounds in a very small space. So you're going to get a kill with those. Okay, so let's go back to the 416. I don't understand why when we first started the test with the 416 it only had 30 rounds in the magazine. That was a bit strange. Right, okay, so I'm not going to go through the sight because obviously we're too close. There you go. Oh, you know, you can't miss really if you do that. So 10 rounds. Okay, suppressor on. Let's move over to the right hand side slightly. Okay, so that's 10 rounds for that one. And let's go to the 516. Suppressor is on. Single shot. Okay, so that's 10 rounds. Take the silencer off. Not going to bother changing the magazine, we've still got 40 rounds left. One more round. That's it. Okay, so right, let's put up the drone and have a look then. groupings are very, very similar when you're looking at their individual weapons themselves. So the 416 grouping shape is the same, and then with and without suppressor, and then you look at the 516 and the grouping, the shape is extremely the same. So they're not extremely the same. That doesn't make sense, you idiot. Right, okay, they're the same. Slightly larger grouping for the 416, but they're still very, very tight groupings nonetheless, and you're gonna kill whoever it is, really. Not bad groupings at all at 25 metres. So let's have a look then. Let's see what these are like at 100 metres. Right, we're at 100 metres, so let's have a look through the sight. There we are. We'll do one sighting round, and then full auto. Change the magazine. Suppressor off. Through the sights, single shot. This is the 516, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, one round. Full auto. Oh, that does sound good, doesn't it? That does sound good, the 516. Okay, right, let's switch to the 416 then. Change the mag. There we are. Okie dokes. Right, suppressor is. Oh, let's put the suppressor on. One round. Full auto. Change the magazine. Suppressor off. Okay, over to the right slightly. You can see from here that the shoot pattern for these weapons is very, very different. So you see the 516 is snake-like, and the 416 goes up slightly to the right-hand side. Okay, so sighting round. Full away. Right, let's have a look then with the drone. See what this looks like. You can see the difference straight away, can't you? The 516 kicking off to the right and then to the left. Obviously the rounds are spread out more now because they're as the muzzle from the recoil is going up, the bullets are obviously spreading out and they've got further to travel, so the spacing is going to be a lot bigger. But still, you're going to keep heads down. Even at 100 metres, you're still going to keep heads down, giving your colleagues time to move forward whilst you lay down some covering fire. You know, it proves that you can still use CQC weapons out in the field rather than just for close quarters stuff. You're still going to get rounds down and keep heads down, so not too bad. Fascinates me, that recoil off to the right and then off to the left, and then the 416 in a straight line but slightly off to the right hand side. Right, okay, let's do some well aimed shots then. Let's go back to the 516. Over to the left a bit. Okay, so we've not got the suppressor on. Okay. Suppressor on. One more. Okay. Let's go to the 416 then. Suppressor on. So just mix it up a bit. Go with the suppressor first this time. Single shot. One. 10 rounds. So let's do without suppressor. I think they went into the water, that one. One more. Okay. Right, let's put the drone up and have a look at the groupings for these. So even at 100 metres again, 10 rounds, well aimed, you're making groupings smaller than the size of a dinner plate. It's more like a side plate, like a sandwich plate size almost. I think for me the 416 looks to be having a tighter grouping than the 516 over 100 metres, but nonetheless still very, very, very tight groupings, and I think it doesn't matter whether you're using a suppressor or not. It doesn't affect the accuracy at all. Obviously, suppressors do take away some power of a weapon, so you're losing power. You might lose a little bit of accuracy, maybe over greater distances. Obviously, with because the bullet's going to be travelling. Whoopsie, the bullet's going to be travelling at less speed, so it's not going to be able to go as far as maybe a bullet that hasn't gone through a suppressor. Anyway, these are CQC weapons, and it just goes to show that when you're not using them in a CQC situation, i.e. out in the field, when you're, trying to make ground on an enemy and you're trying to cover a movement, you can get rounds down, letting your colleagues move round into flanking positions and stuff. So you're getting rounds down enough for enemies to keep their heads down, but also at great distances, like 100 metres, you're still able to get a good group in. Right, okay, so let's go off somewhere then and have a bit of a shoot up and see how they get on in combat.
Tried to call my sister last night, but I couldn't get through. Reception on this island is shit.
Here we go.
Same shit.
Yeah, 416, and let's see how we get on.
You eat my head?
Oh, straight in the head. Well, the 416 didn't seem to do too bad there against two troops. We only used 11 rounds, so not too bad at all. Let's have a look then, see how the 516 does. Right, so up ahead we've got two troops. It's three. Let's see how the 516 does against these. Yes, brilliant. I prefer the 516 over the 416 with rate of fire, to be fair. The recoil isn't too bad, and takes out troops fairly quickly. So there we have it. That's the 416 versus the 516 Shorty. But 416 Shorty versus the 516 Shorty. And that's the weapon testing review over 25 metres and 100 metres, with and without suppressors, and then obviously against troops. Have a go of it yourselves, see what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section below, we appreciate it. Thanks for following, and take care and stay safe out there.